Hi everybody, this is Jamie from the Unlikely Homeschool. I've been receiving quite a few emails lately about my task card system, and I thought it might just be easier if I put together a little video to show you how to set it all up and how we utilize it in our homeschool day. I first want to take a moment and just give credit where credit is due. The very root of this system is not my idea. It comes from a woman by the name of Sue Patrick, who designed work boxes for her autistic son to help him organize his school day in a very tangible, physical way so he could see what he has done in the school day and what he still has to do. When I came upon her idea a few years ago, I really loved the core root of how she organized it all, but I could tell right away that there were two red flags for me as a mother of 5 to tell me that system probably wasn't going to work for us. Her system is designed to be a pretty large shelving unit with shoe boxes full of school day's work. Well, I have 5 children, and I knew that since we homeschool in our dining room, it would be logistically impossible for me to set up 5 large shelving units with work boxes. I had also talked to a few moms who had tried her system, and it seemed like there was a lot of setup that you had to do as a mom every single night to prepare for the next day, and I just didn't have that kind of time. So I had thought about it for a few years of how I could take those ideas and make it work for us, and the task card system was kind of born out of that. Also, another question I receive a lot is how you actually access them on the Facebook page, so I wanted to show you that very quickly. I'm using an iPad, but I have heard from some women that they have trouble finding it on an iPad or another kind of tablet or a smartphone. So your best bet is to just try to download it from a traditional computer or a laptop. So first you have to go to the Unlikely Homeschool on Facebook, and if you have liked the page, that means you're a follower of my blog or a follower of my Facebook page, you'll see 3 tabs underneath the liked button. The one to the very far right says only likers, and it has a thumbs up symbol. You want to tap on that and it'll bring you to a banner ad. If you don't see the banner ad and you actually see another, just a 4x6 photograph, and it might even have a little message to you saying that you haven't actually officially liked the page, you might think that you're following the page, but you must not have clicked the like button all the way through, and you'll need to go back and do that, because this is the banner ad that you should see right away as you come from the like page, and it'll say at the top, click to download free task cards. So if I click right on that, it'll take me right to the shared document, and the task cards are there available. And then you can print them off from there. When you go to print, I actually printed mine off at Office Max because I wanted 11 by 17 sheets, and my printer at home doesn't have that capability. I do have a friend who downloaded them, and she was able to do something on her printer to put scale to print, and so they shrunk it. Her printer shrunk it down to 8.5 by 11, which made the task tags very small, but it works for her. When you do print it, whether at home or at Office Max or another office supply store, you'll get 3 different items when you go to print. The first thing is the base chart. That's the main chart. We put it here on our wall. You'll see that all of the tags are shown on the base chart, and then just underneath them is a blank space. You'll also receive another 11 by 17 sheet with all of the task tags on them, and there's actually 2 sets of tags on that 11 by 17 sheet, which works well if you're homeschooling more than 1 child. You'll get 2 sets right away. Otherwise, if you're only homeschooling 1, you can go ahead and make both sets and have an extra set just in case some tags get lost. In the while that we've been using task tags, we have had one of our tags sort of fall off into oblivion, and so it's always nice to have an extra set if you need to replace them. You'll also receive a sheet of task cards, and these are the small 12 squared cards that the children actually use themselves. When I went to make these, I had the office supply store laminate the base chart. They printed it on just regular paper, a regular weighted paper, and laminated them. Then I asked them to print the task tag sheet on a heavy duty cardstock and laminate those. And you can either cut them out individually and laminate them. I just went ahead and had them run the whole sheet through. If you laminate them individually, the lamination is a little bit sturdier. I brought it home, cut it all out, And then I was able to attach some Velcro dots to the back of the tags and to the white square on the base chart. I would really strongly suggest using 3M Velcro dots. I made the mistake of buying a little bit more inexpensive dots at first, and after a while the Velcro just started to give. So if you invest in some good product, it'll last you a lot longer. I also purchased some 3M wall mounting tape, and I'll provide some of these links for you within a blog post. But that helps to adhere it to a wall or maybe to the back of a closet door or a cupboard door if you don't want them sticking out all the time. They tend to be really heavy when all of the task tags are on there, so it needs to have some really professional grade wall mounting stick on there. Then I was able to put all of the tags right where they belong, and you'll notice that the tag matches the base chart. And I get a lot of questions about this too. Why do I have the picture on the base chart when the tag has the picture? But it's because I wanted my children to get in a habit of returning the tags to the very same spot every day, so that when I went to set up for the next school day, I didn't have to look all around the board looking for the tag I needed. I always know that art is in the upper left corner and play with baby is in the upper right corner. It makes my process much more efficient to have them returned in the exact same spot every single night. So that's kind of how I set up the tag. Be sure to follow along with the next video where we'll be looking at how we implement it in our school day and make our school day a little bit more independent for my kids and a little bit more efficient for me.